All right. Do you want to start the intro? You seem to know what it is, so.
What, the intro?
Yeah.
I don't. I haven't really come up with one yet.
I thought that was your job for the next one.
All right. I have a book of notes with me, okay, for things for this fucking episode.
Okay.
What have you brought?
A charming attitude.
All right. Welcome to the NANICAST, episode 2.
Yeah, we made it to the second episode.
Yeah, the producers gave us the budget because they like the pilot so much.
Yeah.
The producer is me.
They even gave us a temporary sign.
Oh, yeah. For those who tuned in last week?
Last week, yeah.
Last time.
Last time.
We were talking about wanting a sign with our logo on. Failing that, we do still have some wall art.
Yes.
Some very nice wall art. For those of you listening along on Spotify, it is of a funny little lucky cat.
Yeah.
The type that you would see in a Chinese restaurant, except he's wearing a cool snapback and a chain.
And he has tattoos.
And he has tattoos, and it says, "Good luck and fortune to my homies."
Yeah.
So he's very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's a very cool cat.
He's with the children.
Not the children!
He's down with the youth.
He's with the children, is what you said.
Okay, that makes it sound worse.
Yeah.
But when you say it with like a
Keep
bit
him away from the kids.
when you say it with a bit of pizzazz, you know.
No, there's no way you can say with any sort of pizzazz, he's with the children. He's either, in this case, a babysitter or a nonce. You've not left us many options.
He's a very nice man.
Is he?
Yes.
See, because I said he's a cool cat. You said it was a bit of a fiddler. This is not a strong opening.
All right, moving on from Nonce Cat. We're gonna,
It's not his name.
we're gonna get into the real portion of episode 2, which is
Huh?
you have the notes.
I do. Look, right? I brought in a Shwabadi branded journal,
which
is
you
available.
can buy.
Yeah, fanfiber.com/Shwabadi. I have brought some notes, but these are for more like in the middle of the podcast.
Oh, I
where
see.
break these out. I was hoping you had an opener for us, something to
Well,
talk about.
I mean, the opener can just be thank you for the support on the pilot episode, as we just discussed. A very, very warm welcoming to the two of us, you know, chatting bollocks for an hour and 12 minutes.
Yeah.
We are going to continue to do that for you, as you seem to want us to do. Not
until nobody listens anymore.
Yeah, until nobody listens. But given that, we have made the executive decision to put these podcasts on Spotify, on Apple, if I can figure it out.
Yeah,
because
if they let us.
If they let us, because it's so difficult for no reason at all. All the other ones, you just submit it through the distribution service that we're using. With Apple, you have to like log into your own Apple ID. You have to, you know, verify everything. It's very difficult, but it should be on there soon. But yes, a lot of you did say that you wanted it on Spotify. You wanted it on other services other than YouTube. So we have kindly obliged.
We have delivered.
Yeah.
So
We were going to leave that for a few episodes
to see
like,
how well it does.
yeah, gauge the interest. And there was enough interest.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for that.
People wrote in.
Yeah.
They wrote letters to the studio and said, "Can we get the, Spotify? Can we get the podcast apps going?"
Marvin came in with a sack.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Fucking hell, lads! Like, I'm got paper cups up my ears. Like,
Do you know what we don't have and we should?
what?
Is a PO box.
No, we should not get one of them
Why?
because we will receive shit in a little bag.
Oh, you mean actual shit?
Actual shit. Yeah, feces.
Okay,
yeah,
I
fecal
see.
matter.
I trust our viewership, our fans, if you will, if I
Yeah.
may be so bold, to send us quite nice things.
They may do.
I feel like the worst thing we would receive is some sort of consumable food that's expired because they didn't think about how long it would be in transit.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, to be fair, perishables you're not allowed to send anyway.
Yeah.
So they would have to have a reasonable lifespan. Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Something
Maybe
about the
for the future.
Yeah.
Let us know if you would like to send us things. Mystery gifts.
Mystery gifts.
Yeah.
One little mystery box.
Yeah.
Full of used sex toys. I don't know. Like whatever you feel like getting rid of.
It could be a section of the podcast. We're trying to fill these little gaps, fill these little spaces.
Yeah.
And
If you're like, I don't fancy, a trip to the thrift shop or the charity shop to get rid of this shite, mail it to us.
Yeah, we'll take your shit. Like we don't have enough of it.
Yeah.
in this place.
Speaking of having a bunch of shite in this house, you made a purchase recently, which you were very pleased with.
Or was it the cat?
It was not the cat. That one's quite good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, a little piece of wall art. I mean, like something that you bought, and I was like, oh, he's really happy about this purchase more than he should be at his age.
I bought a Minecraft sword.
You were so happy.
I was really happy. I saw it. I was straight for it. We just like passed the toy aisle, and it caught my eye. It gleamed in the distance.
So, point
as
of view,
swords
my
do.
point of view, it did. All right, my point of view is I'm walking through this, where we were, Sainsbury's or something, right? With my little shopping cart, getting the essentials, right? I was buying things for the home.
So was I.
And then he ducks down an aisle, disappears. About 30 seconds later, reemerges, proudly clutching this diamond sword.
Yeah.
And you did insist when we got home. It's not one of those cheap foam ones. No, this one's quality.
Yeah.
It's painted plastic.
But it's still gonna take out a zombie in 3 hits. You know, you should not travel at night around the area without your sword.
No.
It's just...
To be fair, I can't complain about that opinion because that is very much what I do anyway.
Yeah, mine's just a more compact, like, you have the long katanas.
Yeah.
I have the short sort of like, I can get more hits in, essentially. I can get that combo off.
You're a dex fighter.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. Do you have anything for us to talk about related to the topic of, allegedly the topic of this podcast, which is anime and manga?
Which is anime and manga. Well, we could just sort of talk about Chainsaw Man again.
No,
I know.
We can't talk about Chainsaw Man again.
I know.
This is not the Chainsaw Man podcast.
I know it's not the Chainsaw Man podcast, but 2 chapters have released. I feel like it's just a nice little follow-up to what we were talking about last time, because it hadn't come out at the time of recording. Now it has come out.
It has.
Just really quickly, your opinion on sort of where this story is now supposedly going, because I personally think it was a really good opener.
I'm really excited after like the first 2 chapters. I'm really excited about what the story's gonna be. It's like it's immediately set us up with like I'm trying not to like spoil anything, but I guess it's chapter.
It's the first couple of chapters. There's not really a lot to spoil.
It's just, it feels like a really interesting setup. Like it's a really good jumping off point. Like I feel like anything could happen from here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're 2 chapters in and we still haven't seen the main character.
No, yeah, that's another thing. They've been very exciting chapters that have been complete new introductions.
Yeah.
And again, like that was one of my worries of last time, was like, how are they going to introduce these new characters? Are they going to be interesting? Are they going to be as good as before? And I think they are. I think so far it's been, I mean, it's had high comedy, which I think is a great start because, it gets you laughing, it gets you smiling. But then there's also been like already really intense moments. One thing I think just derivative from this, if we want to kind of get off the Chainsaw Man subject, is how quickly fan artists react to new media.
Bruh.
It's insane how quickly they just are on something.
Yeah, I'm talking like within an hour of the chapter dropping, there was fan animated manga panels.
Yeah.
There was fan art, there was cosplayers. It's like they just no breaks.
They're relentless.
Yeah.
They're absolutely relentless. Similar thing as well. So Niji Sanji have just released their English lineup of new Vtubers.
Okay.
So there's 6 new Vtubers for the world to go crazy for, which they will. There's surprisingly 3. I'm gonna make the assumption of 3 males.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not fully aware of what genders they define themselves as.
3 masculine.
Vtubers. Well, you say that.
Oh.
One of them is 100% a femboy.
Okay.
Like, absolutely. Which I love.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Welcome to the Femboy podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The femboys of anime.
No. Is that the new title?
That's the new title. Yeah. Fantastic. We're going to have the cypher playing in the background the whole time as we gush about little cat boys. like our man here.
He's not a cat boy. He's a cat boy.
Yeah. But anyway, so Nijisanji, they've released their lineup of very interesting lineup of VTubers. I'm excited to see kind of their personalities and what they do. But relating this to the fan arts and just everything that came up, I don't know if like they'd been in production for a while and maybe they'd actually like hired a few artists to release this art, but definitely some of them did not, and they're just like bosh out there straight away, like they've seen this character once and they're like, bang, here's a full image. It's just, I don't know how they do it. I can't even make a song in like, you know, response to a meme that has happened or response to some like popular thing.
That's a good point. We're still waiting on Clussy Fever.
We are. I have.
Don't let the meme die.
I'm not gonna. She's solidified in history now. Let's be real. She is.
For context, by the way, just real quick in case people don't know. So I'm sure you're aware of the meme clown from Ace Attorney that people are going, you know, the Clussy meme. And Connor here is working on a song inspired by the clown pussy.
Yes, inspired by the Clussy.
The Clussy.
Yes. Which is hilarious because Ace Attorney fans get really, really angry about anyone who has involved themselves within this meme.
Which is so funny.
It's so funny. I don't know why. I don't know why. And the hilarious part is a lot of their argument is, oh, they don't even know who she is. Like, they haven't even played the games. Like, why are they all simping over this clown girl? It's like, I have played the games.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of the games. Like, I'm very much a fan of Ace Attorney. If anyone is allowed to indulge themselves in this meme, it's me. Like, 100%. Like, and as soon as that argument falls, they just run on to calling you slurs. that's just
I didn't
where
realize
it goes.
there was like such a crossover between Ace Attorney fans and like League of Legends players.
No, okay, maybe slurs is a bit too much, but they get very unreasonably angry.
Yeah.
To the point where it is actually extremely humorous, and I do commend them for their creativity.
I remember reading, I think you made a TikTok of the song and going through some of those comments was hilarious.
So good. There was my favorite one is, wow, this really is an earworm, and by an earworm I mean an infection that needs to be removed immediately. That just got me.
People who hate on TikTok hate like nothing I've ever seen. Like, the hate comments on TikTok are unrivaled.
It's like an army of Coles.
It is. Oh, no one's gonna know who Cole is.
No one's gonna know who Cole. Well, I feel like some of our fans.
If
resident hater.
If you guys follow like us and a lot of our community on Twitter, you've probably encountered Cole. He is a professional hater.
Yeah.
And we love his work.
Oh yeah, he's
big
fantastic. Yeah, big fans.
What he does.
Big fans. He does what we cannot. Like,
because he has nothing to lose.
He has nothing to lose. Yeah, he has no image to hold up. He can just do whatever. It's fantastic. Sometimes I wish that I had the simple ways of life, and I could indulge in some of that innate hatred that brews within me. Yeah, just follow my instincts, you know.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I was thinking about recently?
What's that?
When it comes to like manga, is One Piece. Because One Piece has been on a big long break.
It has.
And it just gets to like every weekend, and I'm sat there thinking, something feels like it's missing. And I'm like, there's no One Piece.
Not this weekend though.
Yeah, it's back,
comes
baby.
back.
It's coming
July
back.
24th.
Apparently starting the final arc.
The final
final saga, probably, but yeah.
Yeah, it's really insane that
part of One Piece.
It's really insane that we're there now.
Yeah.
After what has felt like, even though we started extremely late, it still feels like we've been into it for quite a long time.
Like, I caught up 2020.
Yeah, I think I caught up just before you.
Yeah, a few months before.
And we've been going through sort of the Wano era and everything that's been happening in there. And yeah, I mean, when they say final saga, it's still going to take like 5 years probably.
It's probably still going to be a long ass time.
It's going to be running for a very good amount of time still. I mean, there's a lot of places within the world that we have yet to visit that that realistically should be visited. I believe Oda has said in statements all the secrets are going to be revealed
Yeah.
and written out and drawn out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, so I don't know how he's gonna pull it off, but
Me
he
neither.
always does. He always does is the thing. I always think like, how can you possibly pull this off? And like,
He always lands it.
oh yeah, like you can't predict what he does with things.
No.
I feel like the recent events of One Piece prove that to a T.
Yeah.
That you just cannot predict what he's gonna do. You can try or you might, but it's not gonna happen. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for what shall be the final saga.
Yeah. So I think right now the only things that I'm reading weekly as they come out are Chainsaw Man and when it returns this weekend or next weekend.
One Piece this weekend.
Yeah, One Piece. So
yeah, because the spoilers are already circulating.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be back soon. But yeah, I mean I used to read a lot of. Do you read much weekly stuff?
No, the only thing I have read weekly has been One Piece.
Yeah.
The only
And
thing.
now Chainsaw Man.
And now Chainsaw Man.
Because I was keeping up with My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen. There was like a bunch that I was reading as it was coming out, but I feel like I can't keep up with them as they're coming out sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'll just let them collect a bunch of chapters and then binge through it. And like that's cool, but there's something about like a story like One Piece when you're reading it weekly, you're so constantly refreshed and involved in the world that like it feels like a much bigger story to you. You know what I mean? Like for me, I read like all of Naruto in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And doing that, binging through that, I just didn't feel as connected or invested in anything that was happening.
Yeah.
I was just going chapter after chapter after chapter.
Yeah, and I think that definitely can happen. I think that can happen with longer stories, like Bleach, like Naruto.
Yeah.
When it comes to shorter sections, I feel like when it's like in the sort of 20s region of manga, I can blitz like a good portion of them. I think I read Assassination Classroom. So I had like I read like 6 or 7 in like maybe a couple of days, and then I had a break for maybe like a month or something, and then I read the rest really quickly as well. So it's like it's one of those things where like you get into it, you bash it out, and then you fall off a little bit, and then you come back to it, and then you fucking can't stop. I mean, that's exactly the same thing I did with Chainsaw Man, which is also only the first part is 11 volumes long.
That's what I did with Jujutsu Kaisen when I first caught up on it, because obviously the anime was out and everyone was watching the anime together. And after I finished the anime, I was like, I'm going to start reading after the anime, see what's happening in the manga, because I really liked it. I read like probably 20 chapters in a couple days, and I was like, this is cool, I'm enjoying this. Took a little break, came back and just read everything else in like 2 days.
Yeah, because you were caught up with Jujutsu Kaisen and reading it weekly.
Yeah. But again, I'm just letting it collect
a
few. I'm probably like 8-9 chapters behind right now.
Yeah.
So I'll let it collect a few volumes worth, and then smash it out.
Yeah, there was the one other one that I'm caught up with. Now need to read a couple of volumes, but I'd caught up with Zom 100.
Oh yes,
the Bucket List of the Dead. This is my like recommendation to everyone.
Your,
by the way,
you're like a like underdog.
Oh, it truly
hidden
is
gem.
Yeah, Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead is so fucking good. It's so funny. It's just out there, wild. Like it's very different. The comedy is just something I've not seen before, and the take on the whole zombie world, the world's going to shite. I just love it. I love it. I mean, the premise is this guy. I think it's Akira. I might be wrong.
Name?
I think his name might be Akira.
It doesn't feel familiar to me at all, but I have only read the first volume.
Yeah, so I feel like either his first name or his last name's Akira, but he has another name that he goes by. He basically was working a dead-end job where he was worked to the bone 7 days a week, nearly 24 hours a day. Like, he was just knackered. And then one day, the world becomes a zombie apocalypse. He looks outside, everyone is zombies, people are killing each other, it's crazy. And he just goes, oh my god, I don't have to go to work today. And he's just so happy.
Yeah.
And he just he eats all the food in his place, he's watching telly, he's having a great time. And then he makes a list of 100 things to do before he becomes a zombie. And that's his thing. He just wants to do all of the things that he never got to do
because of his
job and all the things he felt like he missed
it's a really
out
fun
on.
Premise.
Yeah, and
I really enjoyed the first volume. I got to read some more.
I mean, the second and third, there's some really, really emotional tugs in it as well.
Yeah.
Like, surprisingly, because, there's just moments where he's just like kind of comes back into reality of what the situation is, and he like starts to think of his family, like what is actually going to happen, and that's quickly then like gone again, and you get into some more wacky adventures. But it's always like there lingering. They don't push it down, they let it sit. And I really like those like tiny little touches that they had.
That's one of my favorite things in like comedy series is like those little glimpses of real heartfelt, emotional, serious, like, because they hit so hard when it's like a world that you expect all this goofy stuff from to then get hit with like, oh no, I have to feel something.
Yeah, I mean,
it's wild.
It's sort of similar to what Assassination Classroom did.
Yeah,
there was
absolutely.
so much goofiness in the first, like, I don't know, maybe like 7 volumes, intertwined with all these little like really heartfelt, emotional, like that they were more like building up emotional aspects, because it was like encouragement for the kids, and telling them what they did well and things like that, because they were obviously like being bullied and stuff, and it was a bit more uplifting. And then it, goofy, yeah, very wholesome, and then it gets into like gut-wrenching sadness, and it's just
The thing that's so good about Assassination Classroom is that from the first chapter it dangles over your head. Like, the whole premise is that, hey, we're going to have fun, but eventually. It's like, so it's going to happen from chapter 1, dude. It's the premise.
Yeah, and you just sort of forget. That, and
you don't believe it.
No, you forget that that's the goal.
Yeah.
And I think it also, you feel the exact same thing that the kids feel, because they also forget that, like, like that's what we're trying to do this whole time, Jesus. Like, and when they get to it, it's like, how do we do that? And then you're also asking, like, how can you do that? Like, it's so good.
On Zom 100 though, what would be on your zombie bucket list?
What would be on my zombie bucket list? If I had to do something before I became a zombie, bungee jumping. That's on there.
Right, okay.
Definitely bungee jumping.
See, that feels a little too... that feels like more just like bucket list in general. I'm talking like recontextualize it. This is a bucket list in a world that has become a zombie apocalypse.
I see.
So, the stakes are a little different.
Fly a plane.
Yeah.
Like a 747. Just
a fucking
hijack it.
Passenger jet.
Yeah.
Hijack it.
Well, by hijack I mean it's been abandoned in a yard, because no one's flying planes anymore because they're all zombies.
Okay.
It's not full of passengers. Like,
it's
just
GTA 4. Go to the airport and
go to the airport and take an airplane. Yeah. That's what I would do if the world was in a zombie apocalypse. Just putting that out there. Should the world become a zombie apocalypse, I would not steal a plane in any other circumstance.
Yeah. For legal reasons.
For legal reasons.
We are not trying to steal a passenger jet.
That's not what we're trying to do.
No.
But yeah, fly one of those around, give it a go.
Yeah.
Maybe put that last on my list, because there's a lot of things.
Probably die.
There's a lot of things that could go wrong.
Probably die before the takeoff.
Yeah, probably.
Fuck, do you remember when we went to Atlanta? And as we were landing, the pilot went, can't land, and just pulled back up again. That was terrifying.
Oh, nope, I'm going to do that again.
Yeah. We were coming in, it was windy.
Yeah.
It was windy as fuck. The plane was like rocking around, but we finally start our descent. And right as we get just above the runway, did we touch the runway?
No, we didn't touch the runway. No.
Okay. We're right above the runway, and he just goes, nah, just pulls off.
Yeah.
And I've never been so scared in my life. I was like, holy shit.
It was funnier as well, because about 10 minutes before we were starting our proper descent, Breton said, we've made it. And I went, Don't fucking say that, yeah,
Don't
mate.
say that.
Do not say that until our wheels touch the ground, because we have not made it.
And then we pull off again. We turn to him like, "What do we say?"
It was literally like a 20-minute delay just to like
As we loop
spin back
again.
around.
And it's so. Another funny thing that happened during that flight is we did that. We pulled off again, and the whole plane was sort of silent.
Yeah.
There was a few mutters of like, "Oh, okay, we have to do it again," right? Mm-hmm. And then on the way back around, there was a little bit of turbulence, like a, and everyone went, "Woo!" I was like, "That's what gets you guys to scream."
Yeah.
Insane.
The flight back for me, I don't know how it was for you.
It was fine for me. It was just boring.
God, I really thought that was it. Honestly, I thought it was the end of my life for like 7 different times.
Yeah.
I cried 3 times on that plane, twice at the 2 Spider-Man movies, and then once for fear of my own life.
Oh my god.
Like I've never experienced turbulence where it actually made me like tear up and be like, oh my god, I'm actually gonna fucking die here.
Yeah.
Like, it was just awful. I don't know what we went over, some kind of like, so coming out of San Francisco, we went up north and we went over this like sort of Bay Sea area. I can't remember. I think it was the Hudson Bay. It must have just been a very blustery day. You know, fucking Winnie the Pooh going around with his umbrella at the side of the thing, because it was just so rocky at so many different points as well. And just I've never felt turbulence like that on a big plane. Obviously, I've taken like Ryanair flights, which were super shaky, and that was just from like Dublin to back to the UK. Like that was a very, very shaky flight in rain at night. Oh, it was just that was awful. But you know, it's a small plane. I expect that. Yeah. So when you get that level in big planes, not fun.
Yeah, no, not an experience I would like to have myself.
No.
No, my flight was fine. I just had some dude behind me with gigantic legs. And he had his knee in my fucking spine the entire time. I was sat on his fucking lap. It was so uncomfortable. But yeah, otherwise it was fine.
Shout out to the very nice woman who was next to me, who gave me Pocky. She was really, really nice. She was the highlight of my flight.
Did she see you crying? And then...
She did not see me crying.
No.
She was asleep for most of the time. I feel like she was an experienced flyer. But we were chatting, and she gave me sweets and also a little milk tea chew as well. That was also very nice.
The woman next to me, she was a Asian woman. I don't think she spoke English because of how she talked to the what's the guy called who comes down and gives you food? And
the air host.
The societal conditioning that we just had to battle to not say air hostess. That's not even what they're called anymore.
No, I think...
What are they called?
Were they not all air hostesses?
No.
Is it? Well, then I guess
because they're called something else now.
Air host?
No, it's not that. Oh, they're called something.
Cabin crew.
Yeah. The member of the cabin crew. Mm-hmm. The flight attendant.
There you go.
Came down and he was talking to her, and she didn't really speak very good English. Mm-hmm. But the thing that struck me about her is that the entire time I was on that flight, she looked terrified of me. Like, every look she gave me was one of, what is this guy going to do?
What were you wearing?
Just like, my standard fare. My regular t-shirt and black jeans, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know why. She just seemed like she was looking at me like I was Osama bin Laden. And I'm like, love, I don't know what you... Anyway.
I mean, you are quite ambiguous.
So you just think she was racist?
It might have been. It's not impossible.
I give her the benefit of the doubt. She seems like a sweet lady.
I see.
She was very nice to the Swedish guy who was sat on the other side of her.
Well, see, I know a lot of sweet old people, but they're terrible bigots.
True. I'm white.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Anyway, let's move on.
Uh-huh.
All right. I think we've talked about anime for about 6 minutes, so that should be enough for the podcast. So we can talk about bullshit now.
Nice.
I've got for you my segment I was telling you about.
Ooh.
Comments of the week.
Ah, very good. Okay. So
this
is a comment that we had on the last podcast.
I've collected several comments.
Okay.
I don't know how long we're going to talk about each of them. I just want to highlight them. Some of them are from my main channel, my music channel.
Okay.
Some of them are... one of them is from TikTok, and one of them is from the previous episode's comment section.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go through these one at a
Mm-hmm.
time. This one just made me laugh when I read it. Like, it's one of those comments that I read it and it actually made me laugh out loud.
I see. Okay.
So this comment reads, "It doesn't feel right seeing Mother Teresa pointing at her area."
What?
Context for this was on my reaction to the epic rap battles of history, Mother Teresa versus I think Sigmund Freud.
I see.
But there's just, I didn't realize what video it was on when I saw that comment. It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right.
Seeing Mother Teresa pointing at her area.
Why doesn't that feel right?
You know, it's her area. She's a holy woman.
Was she? What? Who is Mother Teresa? I don't actually know what she did.
She was famous for like, I think she helped a bunch of refugees and she was like, did early healthcare and stuff.
Right.
I think.
Well, she's seen a bit of snatch in her time then. If she was in healthcare, you see all sorts of shit.
I think she was in healthcare. I hope I'm not just mixing her up with Florence Nightingale.
Maybe.
But I think she was like an early like, fuck. We live in the age of information. We have all of this information at our fingertips, and I'm just guessing.
Was she real?
Yeah, she was real.
She was a real person, yeah.
She was like one of those people historically that was so kind and you know, had such a good holy life that she was, you know, being sort of sanctified.
Right.
Yeah, and she was pointing at her area.
Yeah.
I don't know when she did that, but apparently she did. Anyway, enough about Mother Teresa because we don't know enough about her.
We don't.
Now this one's good. This one's a good comment.
Okay.
And I like this. Now this is a comment that was made a few days ago on a TikTok video, I think it was. And someone said, "Can you make a song featuring Stephen Chester?"
Stephen Chester.
Steven, do you know who Stephen Chester is?
No, they sound like a businessman.
You should know who Stephen Chester is, because it's you.
It's not Cheese Steve.
Cheese Steve.
It's Steve.
Stephen Chester is the full name for your fictional music persona made exclusively to harass me. Stephen Chester, aka
Cheese Steve.
Yes.
It is Stephen Chester Cheese Steve. Oh my god.
That is such a good comment because
that's brilliant.
This dude has proven through that single sentence that he is one of the realest fans in this comment section.
Actually
because
is.
Dude not only referenced Hamilton and Cheese Steve, which happens occasionally, okay, but he referenced Cheese Steve by his government name. Insane.
That's fantastic. I completely forgot that, like, I gave him a real name for his YouTube channel, Stephen Chester, which is, you know, what I sent you the link on.
Yeah. And then his email address. You know what was crazy? I saw that and I was like, that can't be Cheese Steve. That can't be. So I went to my Google Mail and I typed in Stephen Chester and it came up, whatever the email address is, it's something like StephenChester94 at gmail.com.
Yeah.
And it was the Hamilton and Cheese Steve song. I was like,
Oh, that was great. That was a really good time.
that was such a good time.
It was.
What a world we lived in.
The hilarious part of that, like, whole thing of how Stephen Chester came about, Hamilton and Cheese Steve.
Yeah.
You were in that call with us. You had left to go for a piss.
Yeah.
And me and Daniel Rustage at that time, we both had, like, similar ideas. Like, what if we sent something in to Shwabanalysis when it was running at the time?
So Shwabanalysis is my old show on my second channel where I would take submissions from viewers and sort of rate their songs, tell them what I do or don't like, what they could improve on.
Yeah.
And these guys, Daniel Rustage and Connor Quest here, decided, let's make this fake persona do a goofy fucking song that sounds just enough like a real song that I listen all the way through.
Honestly, I'm surprised you made it past Bingo Bongo Beats.
Bro, I didn't even question Bingo Bongo Beats. the producer tag, Bingo Bongo Beats. Is that you, Bingo?
Wait, is that you, Bingo?
If y'all haven't heard it, if you've joined our sort of society, our community too late, go back. I think if you just YouTube search Hamilton and Cheese Steve, what is it?
It's called Killing Him.
Killing Him.
Yeah, it's called Killing Him.
Killing Him. Yeah,
it's one of the best creations we've ever made. There's the thought process and the writing process took maybe half an hour. The beat, even less time. Daniel just threw whatever fucking samples he had together and just made this beat. Hilariously, I was watching a Fire in the Booth with, I think it was H, and suddenly he was going through and he finished. He was like, "Oh yeah, run the next one, yeah," and all I heard was doom 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 doom, and I just fucking lost my mind because that is the sample that we used for the Hamilton and Cheese Steve beat.
That's incredible.
So I love to think that that's where they got it from. I love to think they heard the Hamilton and Cheese Steve. So I was like, oh, we need H on a remix of this.
Yeah,
that's what the world needs right now.
Can anyone get in contact with Bingo Bongo Beats?
Find Stephen Chester.
But I thought you'd like that comment.
I did very
what
much
a fucking
enjoy
blast
that
for
one.
the past, man.
All
right. Now this question is asked. This next comment was a question on one of my songs. I think my Karama song, and he seemed in some distress.
Okay.
So much distress, in fact, that he added 10 question marks after this question.
I see.
And it's
so
written all in
really
capitals.
wants it answered.
Yeah, and he said all in capitals. Who is Edo Tensei?
Who is he? Who is this man? I keep hearing his name. Everyone's saying it. Why is he here? What does he do? I don't reckon it. Was this a filler episode? Who's Edo Tensei?
Who is Edo Tensei? How did you get here?
That's so funny.
Bro. Oh, I fucking lost my mind because I can just read genuine.
It's the virility.
Distress, yeah.
It's the proper bite in that.
I have to pause this laughing session to point out that you just said virility.
Yeah.
How virile something is, I think, means how sort of sexually potent it is.
Yeah, and I meant it.
You could sense how much he was coming. What? All right, anyway. I have one more comment for you.
Okay. You can't even get through it. Fantastic. That's a great start. That's a fantastic beginning.
This comment reads, Connor Quest looks like my Walter White UFC creator character.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Nah, terrible comment. I hate that one. Move on. Cross that one out on the fucking notebook.
What's so funny about that is the only thing that you have in common with Walter White
is that he's fucking bald.
And at the time you had your little chin hair.
Yeah.
Right? So he has a goatee, you have your little Billy Gruff chin hair. So I'm just picturing in my head how badly have they fucked up Walter White in this character creator to get something that resembles you.
To be fair, I feel like if you face swapped Jesse Pinkman onto Walter White, it's me. If you think about it, I reckon it wouldn't be far off.
Please, someone do that Photoshop for us. God, please.
Well, that was a great.
Those
time.
are my comments of the week.
Yeah, fantastic. I enjoyed all of them.
Yeah.
I
enjoyed them greatly, all for different reasons.
Yeah. They all had a little extra something to them.
The comment sections on some of our content is so insane.
It's a minefield of both stupidity, gold, and just. I feel like you can find new discoveries there that you didn't think people could think.
Yeah, you find new types of people.
Yeah,
new genre
really
of human. New human archetype just dropped. It's in my comment section.
I feel like a biologist sometimes going into like the deep waters
Yeah.
of the ocean and seeing like a fucking squid with 8 nipples. And it's like, whoa, what is this creature? You know?
Oh, why is it doing this?
Yeah. It grabs
Alright.
these fish and it sticks them in its ears and then it wiggles around for a while.
This is
You know?
nonsense. All right. Did you have anything else for me? No, you never do. do
No,
you never
no,
bring anything
I
to the
don't.
table. You know what you need?
What do I need?
You need a journal. Maybe a
do.
Shwabadi branded journal.
Maybe.
And
Do
you
they
should-
come in different colours?
They don't. It's pink.
Ah, shame.
You like pink?
Yeah, but I don't want to have the same one as you because we'll get confused.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
What you need is to start thinking.
True. That is something I do need to get a move on with, really.
Get a start.
Honestly.
I mean, come on, man.
Been telling me for quite a while now. You know, if you just think, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and then they go, so this is the problem that we're having with you. Like you're just not thinking. You're not using your cognitive functions.
Yeah.
That's
Really not engaging that frontal
No.
cortex. Yeah. What you need to do,
Mhm.
because this is one of the things with podcasts, is
Uh-huh.
that people need to talk about something.
Yeah.
So what I need you to do, as one of the co-hosts,
Okay.
50% stake in this,
Yes.
is to bring in something to talk about.
Something. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's a couple of things.
It's like a shit group project right now.
But I was actually the worst in group projects.
You know what's crazy is
Yeah.
I 100% believe that. This doesn't take too much of a stretch of the imagination.
No, I was the worst in group projects because, I mean, if I was always better in solo projects because when I could like just wing it,
Yeah.
I would. Like I've gone up to the front of the classroom before with zero preparation.
Yeah.
And I've completely just off the top of my mind freestyled like an entire PowerPoint presentation.
You are so
about
far
a-
away from your microphone.
about a subject. Is that better?
You need to speak into it, my man.
It's picking me up. I can see.
Oh. See, he says this as the person who doesn't need to edit the audio. He does not edit the audio. He does not edit the video.
I offered.
Yeah, but I know you'd fuck it.
Anyway, yeah, I'm very good at improvisation. I'm very good at just talking out my ass about any subject. Give me a subject. Give me any subject and I will talk for at least 2 minutes about it.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you a subject, and then I'm going to walk away, and then I'm going to get my thing
Okay.
because I brought a thing,
Okay.
right? I
And
brought a thing.
in that time, I'll
And
talk
in that time,
about
you're going to talk for the entire time I'm away about plush toys.
plush toys.
Yeah.
Well, see, plush toys, they originally started as a holder for peas. So people had nowhere to put their peas. You know, you had bags of peas. Now, you know, you get them frozen. But back then, they didn't have bags. They didn't have bags for peas because they were like, well, we've grown these peas. We get them out the pods. Where do we put them? All they have is like the wooden troughs. And you can't, you know, expertly craft that into a small satchel. So what they did is they did have children's toys. And what they would do is they would gut the children's toys and shove a load of peas into them. And then they would use that as the storage holder for the peas. And once the peas had, you know, ripened within the belly of whatever beast was chosen, they would extract said peas and they would have this nice juicy texture to them.
So when you said you could wing any, you meant you would just lie.
That wasn't not an option.
You know what? I suppose so. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Anyway, I brought a thing.
Okay. Shwabadi's thing.
It's time for my weekly thing. This isn't going to be a thing that happens every episode.
Okay.
But it's just when I have something.
When you have a
Alright?
thing.
So this thing is either going to be like a really good segment right now
Uh-huh.
or completely shite, right? And we're going to find out together.
Okay.
Because my thing is fortune cookies.
It's kind of good.
It's kind of good.
It's kind of
right?
good.
We're gonna crack open the because we have an interesting history with fortune cookies, the two of us,
We do actually.
of them actually giving us some real portents
Yeah.
of the future.
Yeah, they actually have like properly signified events in our life.
Yeah.
There was the one that we did at the Stupendiums when we all did Chinese that seemed to pertain to our domestic activity.
Yeah.
Which basically told you to be nicer to me.
Yeah. It was something along the lines
And
of
for
kindness
me-
begins at home.
And for me to have a holiday, like,
Yeah.
and just get away from it all.
Yeah.
You know, then I think the next one that we did just at home here told me that a delay in work would be beneficial,
Yes.
which it has, because I have had to delay a very big project recently, that delaying it has definitely made it a much better project.
Bigger and better.
Bigger and better than it ever could have been. Thank you.
Just had to move his microphone for him.
So, yeah, they've been very, very, very good. And
So we're gonna crack these ones open and see if we can get a repeat of our good luck with fortune cookies.
I mean,
Oh,
good
we
luck
have
and fortune
to my homies.
to my homies. We are his homies.
We are.
You know, he lives in our home, so we're his homies.
Yes. All right. With that said, let's crack those bad boys
Yeah.
open. Let's have a see what we've got.
So do you want to go first, or mine's a little misshapen.
It is.
Mine's
it is-
more of a
it's sort
fortune horn. Do you know what it looks like? Do you remember Grade A Under A?
Oh my god! It does look like grade A under A.
The fucking big mouth face, like Stickman.
Yeah, like a shitey Pac-Man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Go on then, crack yours open.
All right. Oh, he's gone. He's
oh,
gone
you
everywhere.
please wipe that up a little.
I'll clean it up. I'll clean it up. I see. You will come into money soon, probably on a Friday.
That's so specific.
That's so specific. Oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Oh, I'm in the green. Fantastic. That's
Probably on a Friday.
100%
I've
a
never
fortune.
seen a fortune be that specific.
I'm not kidding.
It doesn't even say you will receive money on a Friday. It says probably on a Friday.
Probably on a Friday.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's certain. Most
You
likely.
will come into money soon, probably on a Friday. I'm going to be watching every Friday to see if that's when I just get paid, or
Yeah.
if I.
Are you coming into money soon?
I mean, we get paid monthly,
On a Friday?
not necessarily on a Friday, but it might be this month.
Well, I'll look forward to that.
Yeah.
How many Fridays are left in this month? 2? Oh, you're just crunching your cookie now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. There's 2. Well, it didn't say soon is quite. I feel like that can pertain to a couple of months at least.
Yeah. Okay. This year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's mine.
Shwabadi's fortune.
Shwabadi's fortune. Oh, an old wish will come true.
Oh,
Well, it's
that's
quite sweet, but it also doesn't really mean anything, does it?
What's some of the things that you wished for in your youth?
Oh, a Game Boy Advanced.
Ah,
I've already got one of them.
is it going to come true? Yay!
No, will come true.
Will come true. Well, what's something you longed for in your childhood that you never quite attained? Love?
All right, mate. Fucking hell. An old wish. I don't know. That one was a bit shit, but it's okay.
Oh, you don't have,
backup.
oh my god, not the backup
I brought a
fortune.
backup because yours was all right and mine was a bit wang. So we're saying I don't want an old wish to come true.
Okay.
What I want
Is whatever is in this cookie instead.
Yeah, is going to say, you will die.
Oh, the tension.
All right.
The unwrapping. The snap.
This one's a bit firm.
Oh, that's good. It's a firm fortune.
It's a firm fortune. Sunday is your lucky day.
Ooh. What's going on Sunday?
Do you know what comes out on a Sunday?
What comes out on a Sunday?
NANICAST.
NANICAST.
Yeah.
It does. and One Piece on the Shonen Jump app.
Ooh. So that might be my lucky day.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. Lots of things. Lots of good things happening.
Lots of things to look forward to on Sunday for me and Friday for you.
Yes.
It's all right. I can't believe we've had 2 specific day related.
Yeah. Yeah, Sunday and Friday. That's very...
We'll
that's
have a
very
fucking good weekend, won't we?
Oh, brilliant. Yeah. Saturday's going to be shite. Saturday's going to be the worst day.
No, Friday...
Everything's going to go wrong.
You get a bunch of money. We'll go out on the lash.
Yeah.
Sunday, I pull.
Brilliant.
That's the plan.
Yeah. I like that. Well, is that all our fortune cookies exhausted now?
It is all 3 of them, yeah.
Yeah.
They have been on the window for 3 weeks, I think. Yeah.
Something like that.
They're probably fine.
Probably. I'm going to check how long this podcast has been going for.
You do that, I'm going to crunch loudly on a fortune cookie.
50 minutes. Nice. We love that. Did you get a bit down you?
I got a bit down there.
Well, to close out the podcast for the second episode, which I think has been pretty eventful.
I think this one's pretty fun.
Pretty good, pretty fun. What do you think is the most exciting anime to be coming out in sort of the winter time of the year?
I think the most exciting upcoming thing is going to be Chainsaw Man.
Mm-hmm.
But failing that, Jujutsu Kaisen, dude.
Yeah.
Next season's coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's in the winter. This
Yeah.
year.
No, I think it is.
I think that's just going to be such a fucking good season having Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen because they're thematically similar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have a similar vibe.
Yeah.
They appeal to the same audiences, even though they're very different series. So just having those 2 running at the same time is going to be so fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for those.
No, absolutely. I think with the sort of portion that One Piece is going to get to in the anime during the winter time as well is going to be very, very like a peak moment. Whoops.
Oh, yeah.
You've also got My Hero Academia season 5? No, 6, sorry. It's season 6. It's
Is it?
starting, yeah. Which I'm not quite sure what's happening because I haven't read the manga past the anime. I haven't actually watched season 5.
I've read the manga. I read the manga after season 4 and up to past where I think season 6 will go to, I think. And I think it's going to get to a really exciting point. I just don't know if I care about it anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. That's definitely fair. I mean, there's a lot of things that have sort of happened in it that I think it's, again, an issue with the main character not being one of the most interesting parts of the story.
Yeah.
With Jujutsu Kaisen, with Chainsaw Man, it's about the main guy. You know, it's about his adventure.
Well, the thing is with My Hero is it's getting to a point now in I think what's going to happen in the next season with Deku is really cool in concept, and a lot of the moments are spectacular. I don't think it's written as a story and strung together very well.
Yeah.
Like, fans of the manga, I think, will know what I mean. Is there's like this one stretch of My Hero after season 5 and a little way into the manga where it gets really intense and really engaging, and then stops, and none of it seems to matter anymore. And it just moves on to something else.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what? I feel like that's kind of a staple of My Hero, honestly. A lot of things, a lot of seasons feel like they could have been movies. Like, it seems to, like, move on in sections. And even though there's, like, the thing with Stain and his legacy went on and things, it just doesn't really feel like that did actually happen.
Yeah.
You have the big bad, obviously, and even he didn't seem to have massive impact, like, other than, what happened with, All Might and stuff. It just, nothing seems to have a lot of weight or consequence. And
I will say, one thing My Hero is doing. No, I can't even say that. I was gonna say it's having better consequences and like setups and then like results of that. That's not actually necessarily true, because I just thought about something from the manga. I was like,
Yeah.
that was shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't know. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's fine as long as you don't think about it too much. My Hero is a good little series.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's just it's not like groundbreaking or anything. It never was.
No.
It was just the next shonen a lot of the time, and
Yeah.
you know, they're rarely like, you know, monumental pieces of fiction.
Yeah.
They're just
To be honest, I just feel like a lot of the academia aspects of My Hero were some of the more fun parts. It was very character driven. It had a fun zany cast, and the school stuff, the training sections, were the bit that hooked me the most.
Yeah.
I didn't really care about a lot of the action sequences because Deku's quirk sums up to he hits things really hard.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
And try his fucking damnedest to make it more interesting. Right, by making it multifaceted and there's actually these other parts of all. He just is strong and hits hard.
Yeah.
That, like, I get it. He has extra utility now, but I just come on, the action's gonna be so dull.
Yeah.
And then All Might hit, like, Deku shows up and he hits something really hard, but he can't hit quite hard enough.
Yeah.
So then All Might shows up and he hits it a little bit harder. And then that's every major sequence in the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, man.
It happens. It happens to a lot of shows, and it's disappointing, but it's in some ways inevitable.
Damn. Is that the note we're gonna close off
Yeah.
on? All right.
Big bomb drop at the end. Like a napalm.
No.
We're not doing that again.
The amount of napalm get down comments I got.
Has this been the NANICAST?
It has.
Part 2?
Yeah.
Part 2. Episode 2. Whichever you want to call it. Chapter 2. The sequel.
Yeah.
Revengeance.
NANICAST, but there's 2 I's in Nanny.
Oh, yeah,
numeral
because
2.
it's like
Yeah.
Roman numeral.
Or
2.
NANICAST, but the S in cast is a 2.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah, I like
or
that.
both of them.
Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the NANICAST. Let us know what kind of guests you would like to see.
Yeah, we'd like to get guests involved soon.
We have this space. We have this area. Please, for the love of God, don't say any fucking Americans.
Yeah, we can't get them over right now.
Do you know how difficult it is to get an American person over to the UK just for this? Just for this.
Yeah.
I don't mean logistically. I mean convincing them.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to fucking do that. You know, we're not going to have DPS on this podcast anytime soon. We're not going to have fucking... I don't know, Dizzy 8, like that's not gonna happen. They're in America. They're in a whole different country. Name some UK people that we can say, pop over to our house, you know, walk here if you want.
Come talk on our podcast.
Yeah.
About whatever shite we feel like that week.
Exactly. I think that'll be a nice thing to have a real life interaction. I mean, I think that's one of the charms of this is, you know, we're actually in a room together, you know, we can bounce back and forth, you know, gestures and all that. I like that rather than like Discord podcasts. They're good. They're very good. I don't knock them. You're in one.
I am.
You are. Do you have that soon? Tomorrow?
No.
No.
Next week.
Next week.
Next week, yeah.
I see.
We are, for those wondering, referring to Isekai D&D.
Isekai D&D, yes.
One Piece D&D is up to episode 53.
I know.
What the It's going to turn into actual One Piece soon.
It's been a long time.
Mad.
It's been over a year, I'm pretty sure, since we started it.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be on episode 50 before you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, before we get there, we got to end episode 2.
Yes.
So, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.
I've been Quest.
I've been Shwabadi.
And we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Is that wording him? Bye.
Bye.